It's our life coach, our leadership expert time of the afternoon. And we're talking about connection and how to do it better. Now, when it comes to the bond between two people, connection is certainly important. And it's certainly the case in your personal life as well as work. When two people or even a whole team connect well, it leads to a deeper level of trust. What do we really know about connection and how it works? If you've got a broken connection with another person in your life, you will see that it affects everything. But there are things that you can do to make that connection tighter. And our wonderful life coach, Harold Hillman, is here to talk us through it, basically. An interesting model called Second Circle, which unpacks connection in a way that is practical and real. Hey, Harold.
Hey, Trudi.
Lovely to have you here. Now, is there a science that sits under the connection between two people?
We are hardwired for connection. I often point out that Abraham Maslow's model back in the 1940s, the hierarchy of needs. It's a human need to be needed. It's a human need to belong. And it really goes to the core of trust. There's three things that you really want to focus on when you are building trust with and trying to build a tighter connection with another person. The first one of those things is just, be a person that people can relate to. I often tell executives that I work with, don't be a title. Be a person.
Love it.
So unpack yourself as a real person. That goes along that whole theme of being authentic and real. So being real about who you are. I wasn't real at one point in my life, and after I came out as a gay man, connection enhanced significantly.
Amazing how everything just aligned after that for you, isn't it?
Absolutely. We also trust people who give us a consistent experience. And so that where there's a congruence between what they say, what they do, and how they rock up. And then generally, we are supportive of, we trust people who support us. And so if you're more negative with a person than you are positive, it tends to break connection. And that's one of the things that I advise people to do, is to just give more of yourself, be positive with people, and connection usually enhances.
Be yourself. And could you tell me, what is Second Circle? You talked about the unpacking connection. How does that apply to a connection between, say, two people?
Well, Second Circle was a book that was written in 2009 by an author by the name of Patsy Rodenberg. Patsy Rodenberg is an acting director, and she would say to her actors, when you go out on stage, I need you to be in second circle with each other. I don't need you to be in first circle or third circle. And to put it in context, Second Circle is about when you are fully present. So this idea of executive presence, when I work with executives, the idea that to have presence, you really must be present. And what she would say to her actors is, when you go out on the stage, in order to be connected, you have to be present with each other. And that has a direct impact on the energy that you project to the audience. We extrapolate that into life and into the workplace. When a person is in first circle, they usually are withdrawn. They usually are inward, and it's hard to know where they stand. They lose their voice. They bring no perspective. They give nothing of themselves, and so they're real inward. And when a person is in third circle, they're real outward. They're pulsating their energy outward, and it's almost like in a real forceful way. So in first circle, So in first circle, you can't connect with people because you're withdrawn, and in third circle, you can't connect with people because you don't hear them. You project that you aren't interested in them.
Trying to trounce them, yeah.
So second circle is the ideal between first and third, and that means sort of a give and take. You got to give something to other people to connect with, and then you have to take. You have to make room for other people, that whole need to be needed. When there's a broken connection between people, Trudy, I typically look to see whether or not they have stopped needing each other. And typically that's the case, either in our personal lives or at work. When two people have a broken connection, there's usually, they've stopped needing each other.
And it leads to a whole lot of trouble. How do you get into that second circle state?
It's being self-awareness, just being mindful of the fact that it's a default that, people will typically move to the first circle or third circle when they feel vulnerable. All human beings feel vulnerable. So it's sort of knowing when you feel vulnerable, and that is just, that you're going to be exposed as imperfect. Are you inclined to make yourself smaller, or are you inclined to make yourself larger? And the real answer is bring yourself into second circle, where you take a bit more risk, back yourself, and also give people an opportunity to help you more.
Yeah, and helps while you're here. We love it, Harold. Do Google Harold Hillman. He is our life coach here every Sunday afternoon, and he speaks so much sense and is certainly living his truth, which unfortunately a lot of people don't do. Perhaps some people are listening at the moment and they do feel like they have a broken connection with someone, whether it's their partner, their life partner, the partner, business partner at work, or even someone that at work that's just going downhill. I put my hand up on that one. What would you recommend they do?
Look, I typically say just sit down with the person and tell them that they're, on your part, the connection feels like it's broken.
I tried that, but it didn't work.
Didn't work. You might, it also may help to find out if the person needs something from you that perhaps they perceive that they haven't gotten. And it may be the same, but somebody has to start the conversation, particularly if the relationship is that important. And at work or in our own personal life, there are some relationships that are worth fighting for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's always lovely to have you here, and I know you're not 100% today, and I really appreciate the fact that you came through because it's such an important topic, and I really wish you just a nice little nap and a cup of tea and a lie down this afternoon, Harold. You're an absolute
thank you,
star.
Trudi. Thank you.
Oh, it's your birthday. Oh, my
It's
gosh,
my
thank you.
birthday.
John Budge, producer, just whispered that in my ear. I think we should all sing happy birthday. John Budge, you need to come in because you're a singer in a band. Happy birthday to you. He's not coming in.
He's not coming
Happy
in.
birthday, Harold.
I'm 63 today. I've been in New Zealand for a quarter of my life, and I am having a wonderful day.